Hello everyone and welcome back to Naomi's Bookshelf. Here I am with my February TBR. Now, before I start this, I distinctly remember myself saying just 2 months ago that I'm not going to do any readathons. I'm going to make sure I'm doing manageable amounts and I'm not stressing myself out. And then this happened. And I really want to do them all, and I'm not going to put stress if I fail, but I also want to kind of participate in everything. So we're just gonna go straight into this. It's a lot. And there's a few readathons that I'll be doing, and I have a few that I wish I could do, but I just can't fit them in. So here we are. We're just gonna jump straight in to what I'll be reading. The first book that I am not reading for any specific event, because it does not fit in, is The Marrow Thieves by Sherry Demeline, Demeline. And this is a futuristic dystopian written about Canada's First Nations and a very sad world. I started it, but I'm also like kind of hesitant to read it until February. So that's why my book club is discussing it, and I will be reading it definitely before the 12th, as this is required of me then. But I've only heard good things, but it's just not my genre, so I'm a little hesitant, but I am excited to try something outside of my comfort zone. The next book that I'll be reading is for Thrillerathon, which is running from the 15th to the 23rd of February, and that is The Woman in the Window by A.J. Finn. This is for my other book club, and I figured I want to reread it. I've already read it, so why not pick it up again? For this one, I am going to be doing the different, there's like 3 different categories, and I'm only going to go for 3 and hope that I can hit them all, and if not, oh well, we'll give it a shot. This does count for 2, I believe, so that will be a nice gimmick. So this one will stand for The Kitchen, which is a trope that I love, and I'm not going to tell you what that trope is, but I really enjoyed it in this book. And the second one is A Dagger. So this is a book that an author I've read before. As I'm rereading his only book, it still works, and I'm excited to pick it up again for Thrillerathon and for my book club. The next one that I'm going to be reading, I don't have a physical copy of. It's an ARC that I have been approved for, and I need to really get to it, and I'm really excited to. And that's A Conspiracy of Bones by Kathy Reich. And I'm very excited. It comes out March 17th, so I do need to get to it. And it's for Sergeant Mustard, or Colonel Mustard in North American terms, for the creepiest book cover. And so I'm very excited about that. I personally think it's quite creepy looking with the skull and all that. So that will be my 2 books for Thrillerathon, and I really hope I can nail it and like hit it out of the park. I've been kind of wanting thrillers, but I also want to reread thrillers. So I'm glad I'm rereading The Woman in the Window for sure. The next readathon that I want to talk about and show you my TBR for is a month-long readathon, and it's Historathon. It's very exciting. I am reading a lot of historical fiction already in February, so might as well make it work. And this is one that I am excited to do in a lot of ways. So the first one that I have on my TBR, really want to get to, I don't know if I'm going to get to it, I hope I do, but it's just, I think it's scaring me a little, is Silka's Journey by Heather Morris. This one is something that I am really scared to pick up for some reason. It's intimidating. My family has history like this, and so it's kind of a harder read, I think, and I do want to get to it, but I'm also intimidated as anything. So yeah, this is going to be also one of my historical books that I read. For Historathon, this will count as the prompt on the bingo board for a book about a historical person. So this is historical fiction, but Silka was, I believe, a real person. And so this one I'm excited to pick up for that reason, but I'm also, like I said, intimidated. So the next one that I want to read is one that's going to be my Agatha Christie of the month. For some reason, I cannot get through this Agatha Christie, and I really need to. I don't know why this one is intimidating me. It's maybe different, like it's a different time era than she usually wrote in, and it's kind of fantastical, but I do really want to read it, so I need to make it a priority this month. And I felt like since it's Historathon, and I might as well be picking up a historical mystery, this is one of Agatha Christie's, I think, only historical mysteries, in the sense that everything else was written somewhat around her time period. And that one is Death Comes as the End. So this one takes place in ancient Egypt, and for some reason I don't even know what this one's about. It says, a beautiful concubine, a story that begins in Egypt 4,000 years ago, and a murder sevenfold. And I really don't know anything else about it. I've tried it a couple times and I just have never, I've only gone to chapter 3. So this is one that's been kind of haunting me on my Agatha Christie shelf, and I need to read it. So this is a good month to do it. It is a historical book and it takes place in Egypt, so it's not in a country that is, it's not set in the US or Europe, which is where most historical fiction is based on. But also speaking that, Canada's a great place to look for a book about historical fiction if you're looking for one that's not in those places. So yeah, this one is going to be my Agatha Christie of the month, and I hope I will be able to enjoy it and finally get through it. So for my next one, I am picking one that might be considered a cheat. I'm gonna do it anyways, as I don't have many books that really qualify, or else I won't be reading anything else for this. Now this one is Jo's Boys. This is one of my editions that I love. I found many of them and grabbed them right away. So this one is for the Louisa May 2020 read-along, which is going, it's going okay. The first one was great, the second one, not so great. Third one I'm hoping is a winner. I don't think I've ever read this book actually, so it'll be a lot of fun reading it for the first time. And then for Historathon, it does fulfill the prompt of a male on the cover, as that is one of Jo's Boys, I believe. And then it also will be one that's set before 1900s, but whatever. Yeah, so this is one that I'm definitely reading this month anyway, so I might as well squeeze it into something if I can. And I'm excited to pick it up. I know it follows Jo's, like, the boys at her school when they're grown up, and that's all I know about it, but I've heard it's way better than the second one, so I'm hoping this is a winner. The next one is one that I am buddy reading. I've talked about it before, and this one is one that I actually I don't know if I'm gonna have finished in February, but I'm gonna do my best to finish it before March. And that is, oh sorry, I was trying to take the sticker off. It's annoying, but I always forget to take off the stickers. Anyways, so that one is Pillars of the Earth by Ken Follett. This one is going well. I really enjoyed the first 250 pages, 300 pages. And so I am buddy reading this with Elizabeth Ann Reads, and we're reading a section a week. And so hopefully I can finish the last section on the 29th, and then it'll be done. Now this one will qualify as the also pre-1900s. It also qualifies as a section of history I don't really know much about, which is like the 1100s in England. It also qualifies as there's a child definitely in this, that he, like, because it's a book about a child. This definitely has a couple children in it. And the last one it fulfills is the prompt of having a location in the title, and Pillars of the Earth, I'm going to count as Earth as a place because that's where we live. So this will be a lot of the prompts. If I can get it done, I think I will have considered myself a winner at Historathon, even if it's the only book I read that's historical fiction. But this is not my last historical fiction book. There's one more. So the last book that I am reading for Historathon, and this isn't even like the whole month, is Little Town on the Prairie by Laura Ingalls Wilder. This one is the next book that I'm reading in the series of Little House on the Prairie. I finished The Long Winter, and I want to keep going in the series while I'm still excited for it and not forgetting about it. Now this one follows Laura and her family in town. We've just met Almanzo. I bet there's a romance. Now this one also could qualify as a book that is about a real person, as it is Laura, so that one will definitely be done even if it's not by Silka. Now this one also is going to be for the Laurathon, or the Laura Ingalls Wilder read-along or readathon, which is taking place from February 7th to 10th, and it's taking place, Lizzie Faye Loves Books is hosting this, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. Basically, it's taking place from the 7th to the 10th because Laura Ingalls died and was born and died on those 2 dates. And so we're reading between those 2 dates a Laura Ingalls Wilder book about her, or a book that she wrote, a nonfiction, or a book about her world. So this is my pick, and I was already reading it anyways, so it's perfect to read it between those 3 days. Just sit down and get cozy with a Little House on the Prairie book. So Little Town on the Prairie is my next and final Historathon pick. And I'm very excited to read this. I always fly through them, so that's going to be really great, and I'm excited to finish up the series, hopefully in the next couple months. And then there'll be one series checked off my list to do. So the next and final readathon that I am participating in There have been several that I wanted to do, but I just haven't been able to squeeze them in, but this one I have. And this one is one that I'm already reading books of that size, which is Tome Topple. Now, Tome Topple is one where you just read books over 500 pages. There's a bingo board this time. I think it's fun, and I'm gonna read a few of them if I can. So the first one I am going to read is kind of a two-parter, as I would like to continue in the series, and I still have a few days left when I'm filming this, and I'm not sure if I'm going to finish it, but I'm going to try my best to finish The Prisoner of Azkaban, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, as this is book 3 in Harry Potter, and I do want to finish this series as well this year. And in order to finish, if I finish this one, I mean, I'll finish this eventually, but then I can read Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, which is over 500 pages, and that's the only qualification for this readathon. So this readathon is taking place from the 7th to the 20th. And I would like to read both of these so I can get 2 more checked off of my series to read list, and then that'll be great. I'll have these ones done and Little House on the Prairie done, and that'll be perfect. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I want to. For this one, I'll probably read it as an audiobook. It's also part of a series. It's also a genre that I don't typically read. There's a few options. I can only count for 2, but there's a few options. So yeah, this one is definitely one that I would like to get to in February. The next book that I need to read on my TBR is one that I'm not sure if I'm going to finish in February, but I'm going to try my best, as I can read it between February and March. And that is for Lord of the Read-Along, which is The Fellowship of the Ring by J.R.R. Tolkien. So this one is the part, like this is the beginning of Frodo's journey, if you're not familiar with the story. I've never read the books. I've only ever read The Hobbit, and I've never read the rest of the book series. I've watched all of the extended editions of the other 3 books, which is this one and the other 2, but I've never actually read them, so it's going to be great. I hope it's going to be wonderful, and we're going to give it a shot to read it within those 2 weeks, because I would really like to actually get it done and like feel accomplished about myself, because reading's been a little hard, but I feel like this might get me accomplished if I finish this one. And the last one for Tome Topple, I promise you, this is the last book. I don't even know if I'm going to finish it by Tome Topple, but I'm going to finish it in February. I refuse to not. And this one, if anyone can put a guess, I'll give you a few seconds to guess, because you've seen it in a few videos, and that's this honker. I am almost halfway through, and I can do it. I know I can. We'll see how far I get. But yeah, so this one is, I'm really loving it. I just found myself not wanting to pick it up for some reason, or pick up any book in general. So this one will be an interesting one to finish, and I'm really, like I said, enjoying it and really engrossed in it, but I just haven't picked it up again. So that's my final, my total Tome Topple book, or February read, because this one I have promised myself to finish by the end of February. So I can put out a video about my thoughts on Anna Karenina if you'd like to read along, because I'm going to be putting it at the end of the month, I think. So that is the entire TBR. I don't know how many books I've chosen for myself. I think I might have bit off more than I can chew. But it is definitely a lot. Let's see if I can stack them all. It's something where I don't know where to stop, and I don't know how to say no. So, yeah. Oh, one more. Ugh. And there we go. That is a stack that I've created for a 29-day month. I don't know what I'm doing to myself, but I will see how much I survive. Wish me luck. This is a lot of pages, and I hope that I can do well. So thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna drop all these. Please let me know down below what readathons you're participating in, or if you are doing any of the read-alongs. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. I will have linked in the description box everyone who is part of these readathons and their videos, so you can go check them out for any readathon prompts or info. So thank you again. Wish me luck, because I'm gonna need it. Bye for now.